Hey guys, looking for new games for the first quarter of 2025? Then you've come to the right place. We've already started the list with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the sequel to the acclaimed RPG set in the Middle Ages, developed by Warhorse Studios. The game will keep its realistic combat mechanics and simulation elements, but with a larger and more detailed world. The developers have also focused on creating NPCs that behave like real people, which promises to increase immersion in the game. In addition, the gameplay will be more refined, with deeper progression and a visually more appealing environment. With its promises of a more authentic medieval world and a more inclusive narrative, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is positioning itself as a highly anticipated title for RPG fans.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go.
In February, we have Monster Hunter Wilds, the next main title in the acclaimed Monster Hunter series, known for its action gameplay of hunting challenging monsters in vast environments. The series is famous for requiring strategy, intelligent use of resources, and teamwork to take down gigantic creatures. The game takes place on a new continent with dynamic ecosystems and ever-changing environments. There seems to be a greater emphasis on interacting with the environment and how it affects hunts. Capcom is promising a deeper narrative, centered on a boy named Nada and the mysterious White Spectre. The story explores the relationship between humans and monsters in this new world. Now in January, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, the long-awaited release for the Nintendo Switch that promises to take fans back to the golden age of platforming games with enhanced graphics and classic gameplay. In the game, players take on the role of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, who must recover their precious treasure of bananas that was stolen by the Tiki Talk people. The gameplay is action-packed, where you can stomp on enemies, use barrels as cannons, and ride mine carts. The game will be available in both physical and digital formats, allowing players to choose the way they prefer to acquire it. With its fun and nostalgic gameplay, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD promises to be an excellent addition to the Nintendo Switch catalog, especially for those who enjoy platforming games. At the end of January, we have Sniper Elite Resistance, a third-person tactical stealth shooter developed by Rebellion. The game is set during World War II and explores the struggle of a French resistance group against the Nazi forces occupying the country. The player takes on the role of a new protagonist, Harry Hawker, an agent of the Special Operations Executive, SOE Division, who discovers a new and treacherous Wunderwaffe, something so powerful that it will ensure that the Nazis win the war. Players will be able to explore the dynamics of a conflict that takes place in the shadows, using infiltration and stealth strategies to complete their missions.
I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god.
Football Manager 25 is the latest addition to the famous football management simulator series, developed by Sports Interactive. One of the big new features of Football Manager 25 is the introduction of women's football, which promises to expand the management experience to include women's leagues and competitions. In addition, the game will be built on a new graphics engine, Unity, which should provide significant improvements in visual presentation and gameplay. The Unity engine significantly improves graphics, particularly in the game engine. Player movements, ball physics, and in-game situations will be more realistic. The most watched league in the world, the Premier League, is fully licensed in FM25, providing an immersive experience with official logos, kits, branding, and player photos. Sid Meier's Civilization VII is the next installment in the acclaimed strategy game franchise, promising an even richer and more engaging experience for players. One of the main new features of the game is the introduction of eras, which represent different periods of human history. Each era brings with it new units, technologies, resources, and game systems, providing a unique and challenging experience. Players can shape their empire according to the characteristics of each era, adapting their strategies and choices to build a lasting legacy. Civilization VII offers a variety of historical leaders to command your empires, each with their own unique abilities, units, and bonuses.
Fading from view, they disappear. I am blinded by the dark.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the newest title in Ubisoft's famous franchise, which promises to take players on an adventure in feudal Japan. The game has generated a number of controversies since its announcement, mainly related to cultural representation and the choice of protagonist. Despite this, Ubisoft is making adjustments to various aspects of the game, including assets and story points, to try to ensure that cultural representation is respectful and authentic. The story of Assassin's Creed Shadows revolves around the intertwined journeys of Naoe and Yasuke as they navigate the turbulent clan wars that plagued Japan during the Sengoku period. The game offers a unique gameplay experience, allowing players to switch between Naoe and Yasuke, each with their own skills, attributes, and equipment.
Two being allies then.
Avowed is a new first-person action RPG developed by Obsidian, known for its immersive games and engaging narratives. Set in a medieval fantasy world, Avowed promises to offer a rich experience in adventure and exploration. According to Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios, this is the most expensive game Obsidian has ever created, indicating a large investment in quality and content. The game is designed to offer a variety of experiences, with elements that not all players will be able to discover, which can be an attraction for those who like to explore every corner of the world. If you are interested in games that combine action, exploration, and a deep narrative, Avowed may be an interesting addition to your game list.
So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is the newest adventure in the Yakuza franchise, which puts the player in the role of Goro Majima, a popular character in the series, on a pirate journey in Hawaii. The story begins with Majima losing his memory and finding himself on a remote island in the Pacific. He embarks on a journey to recover his memories, accompanied by a boy named Noah who saved him. The game features a real-time action combat system, similar to previous titles in the franchise. Majima uses two sabers as his main weapons and has an arsenal of combat skills. The action promises to be frenetic and exaggerated, with Majima using pirate tactics to surprise his enemies. FragPunk is a new first-person shooter that promises to bring an innovative approach to the genre with card mechanics that change the rules of combat. What really sets FragPunk apart is its power card mechanics, which allow players to modify the rules of combat. This adds a layer of strategy to the game, where players can create unique combinations of cards, heroes, and weapons, providing a varied and surprising gameplay experience. These cards can alter combat in a variety of ways, such as increasing jump height, reversing the roles of attackers and defenders, involving flaming bullets, or even resurrecting players. Tales of the Shire is a simulation game that puts you in the role of a hobbit, living in the peaceful Shire, the home of the hobbits in Middle-earth. Developed by Weta Workshop, known for its work on films like The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the game promises a relaxing and welcoming experience, where you can explore, decorate, and build a peaceful life in the Shire, one of the most charming regions of the Shire. If you are a fan of The Lord of the Rings and enjoy games that offer a peaceful and immersive experience, Tales of the Shire may be a great addition to your game list.
These are our tales of the Shire.
Atomfall is an action and survival game developed by Rebellion Developments, known for titles like Sniper Elite. The game is set in an alternate version of the 1960s, where one of the biggest nuclear accidents in history, the Windscale disaster, turned much of northern England into a radioactive quarantine zone. Players will need to explore this quarantine zone to unravel the mysteries surrounding the nuclear disaster. The game promises an intense experience, combining survival elements with an engaging narrative, which can appeal to both solo players and those who prefer to play cooperatively. Well, that was the list for the first quarter of the year. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.